It's Her Brand magazine encourages, supports, and empowers women to celebrate women.
Publisher and editor of the new magazine, Ashley Ray Klinger, is here to talk about, so we'll talk about that, but check this out. We were just talking about the Lamoureux twins, and she happens to have a story on the Lamoureux twins, and I love this kind of, I guess we have a picture coming up. So Ashley Ray, congratulations on the magazine.
Thank you.
Great thing. I'm curious, like, what inspired you to go, you know what, I'm going to start something like this?
Absolutely. So at It's Her Brand magazine, we are women celebrating women and their brands. So it has two parts. The brand part is the idea that as women and men, we all represent many different roles in our lives, from our family, faith, community, career, social circles. And all of those roles that we represent ultimately create a personal brand, right? A perception of who we are to ourselves and to the world around us, and really wanting to empower women specifically to be proactive about cultivating that brand in an effort to be purposeful, intentional, and engaged in the lives that they're living. The second part is the women celebrating women. Doing what I do, I see a lot of negative competition with women, a lot of the tearing each other down instead of building each other up. Sometimes the mindset that one woman's accomplishments take away from my own, and in my eyes, they only add to each other. And so really wanting to create that collaborative movement around our entire state of women truly getting behind one another and supporting one another and empowering one another and celebrating one another.
So different this time around than last time's magazine is that there's two covers. You said this is going to be kind of the new signature look.
It is.
So talk about how come you have two different covers and how that's going to work out.
Yeah, so we're a quarterly publication, and of course that's only 4 issues a year, and there's so many wonderful women I want to put on the cover. So it's like, well, let's do 2. So our signature design is a double cover. So cover this way, halfway through it's upside down, and then you flip it over. The idea with the double cover design is I'm very philanthropic, and I like making a difference in people's lives. So wanting to have a community impact theme. So each cover article is different, but yet it has a common theme. So this one focuses on domestic and community violence. So there are going to be topics and causes and issues that are impacting women and our families in our community. The next one that's coming up is going to feature our First Lady, Catherine Burgum, and really talking about addiction and substance abuse. The next one after that is Make-A-Wish. So they're all going to be, again, topics and causes that are affecting us as women and our families throughout the state.
Talk about It's Her Brand, because I think you bring up something very important. We all have a brand. Some are doing this consciously, some unconsciously. So am I going to find and hear from you in this when I read this about, hey, here's some things you can do to help consciously create your brand? And
yeah, so some of that will come from my coaching that I do. And then we also partner with different organizations like Dale Carnegie. So they're going to be providing some development articles every quarter that will help us professionally and personally develop that brand.
Well, I was going to say, you're going to not only learn about all these other women, but you're also going to learn something about yourself every time you open these magazines.
Absolutely. And, you know, every single person has a story. It's just how we tell that story, and we can all relate to somebody's story in some way. And if reading somebody else's story encourages you or empowers you, again, to be proactive about your brand and who you are and the life that you're living, that's what we want to do. And, of course, just really getting behind each other and supporting that and not tearing each other down.
Yeah.
Good stuff. We're going to talk more about that right after this. Stay with us.